All right. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Ah, hi, Doc. It's turtle
Hello.
time.
Turtles are here.
I
It really feels like this is a much, much better execution on a small set than the previous times that they've been doing it.
I've been having more fun with the format. Like there's a combination. There's still some factors in here I think that are the hurdles to get over. The legends at common is still
Yeah.
a bit of a thing, but like the decks just have a little more overlap and spice to them. Uh,
hmm
I'm really interested today to try to build the like artifact pile, uh, something that centers in red blue, but like it wouldn't surprise me if that could touch out into white a little bit.
hmm
That's probably the only but like I've seen it on the other side of the table a couple times. It's been rare, but it's always been fierce. It's always been wild things are ongoing. So, I do want these turtles. Yes.
Premier draft. That looks right. Yeah.
Yeah. I find that pick two like acts better as something you want to do with four people or like moving a draft away
Yeah, like
fast.
4 people in person and playing in a pod, right?
Yeah.
Like instead of playing it just as is.
Man. Decks pick two are so high power, it's a bit harsh. That as well. Like you can have more consistency in it. It'll be
I
interesting
think
to
there's
see.
also just one aspect of like I think they just chose a bunch of really fun mechanics for this set
Yes.
in general. Like, there's something to be said of maybe it's not like a perfectly balanced or anything like that, and maybe it's still got like the problems of like a lot of small sets in general. They did compensate for the fact that just the baseline mechanics of this set are just fun. Sneak is really good. Like, it's really fun to play with.
Yeah. Well, let's jump on in and see what we can find. Like I said, I want to, if I can, I'd
You're
like
almost
to.
out of gold.
More. This is like the first time I have 10k gold. I always spend it first.
Yeah.
Rereading the IDW run, enjoying it despite or maybe because of the extreme mood whiplash. I catch up. Okay. But yeah, I know we're at this point we're only a couple weeks away from Strixhaven. Spoiler season in earnest starts tomorrow. Lasts about a full week. I'm hopeful that the spoiler season for Strixhaven is split into like every day has like a specific color combo school that it focuses on, and so I'm interested to see how it plays out with that. But the set itself, I think, is April 20, so 3 weeks out. I know there's like returning set. They put up Cube, they put up other things when it gets closer to a set release for like different options. They showed off there's like changes they're going through on Powered Cube, wanting to make the lands deck more powerful. The like Bisley Brill,
Bisley Brill.
Bristly
Nice.
Brill, Bristly Brill.
Bristly Bill.
Yeah. Bist in your brills. All right. Starting off,
Okay.
we have
Cool but rude.
So we've got Cool but Rude. This is on attack, discard draw. Whenever you discard 2 damage, and then you get a gamble on the third, and it's fairly cheap. This is seeing one of the cards I know that has the most like constructed potential out of this set. Also got
Raph and Mikey is
this, which is
woo.
yeah,
That
yeah,
is ass beating.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm feeling this because, like, obviously, I don't think we're gonna find a creature as big as Raph and Mikey when we flip, but it just flips to
Jesus
the next.
Christ.
Yeah,
It just puts it on the field and it just stays there.
Yeah. So.
And they have haste. See, that just happens.
Yeah, that comes down and you do it immediately. I'm excited. This also is like really open ended. Red green hybrid
Yeah,
means
it's
like
it just means you're playing red if you're going to try and force that plan originally, but like you were doing that anyway. But it's also if you don't end up doing that, obviously it's fine. It's
like
easy
green
to-
black is possible, red white, all sorts of things. Okay, so I could, if I want to go in on what I'm thinking about, Baxter is the card that like is the bigger payoff.
This is the signpost uncommon that wants you to do it.
The other cards I want for this deck are Mechanized Ninja Cavalry. This is like your thing you play early, along with Buzzbots.
It's not coming back. I can guarantee that, though.
Yeah. These are the cards you're looking for early in this deck, or for early drops in the deck. Anchovy and Banana Pizza is just good. This is kill spell. Being food is real.
I think it's not a bad idea to pick this, just because it means you've already got like the framework that you're looking for off the colors, but it is very much you just deciding that that's
this is me committing harder on an early thing than I tend to, but I came into this with the idea, so I kind of want to try out the pushing a little harder into this. We got Hob.
Foundry is one of those cards. Hob is Ray Fillet is okay.
Yeah, Ray is for like the green blue because the green blue has the mutagen bits. It's still fine otherwise. Hob is obviously red white, but also again like works.
Can just be you can ignore that second line if you need to.
I'm gonna try and cut off the little pieces now. Then Mauser Foundry is expensive removal, but it can do its thing. More than likely, you want to eat it in some other way if you can, or like make it leave play in some other way. We'll see if that's okay. Okay,
that's absolutely on plan.
Donnie is a on plan liker for this. The flash tap artifact, that's a pretty high impact one. There was a lot of white in the last pack. This one just has the Grounded for Life, which is still the kill spell. I saw someone say, like, this should have been the pacifism variant with that name.
I mean, it does feel like a pacifism variant because Grounded for Life. In this case, it sounds like he's just fucking killing the turtle, which is not. Splinter would never.
You're going 6 feet in the ground. Okay.
Azure Mark II Turtle Lair.
Yeah, I'm not as huge on. This is Turtle or Ninja can't be blocked. Mauser Mark II, I'm not terribly interested in, and for this deck, it's one of the worst twos. EPF Point Squad is fine. Honestly, it might just be
called that because they're pointing.
It's true. This is the. I was gonna say this is our 4 kids like replace a gun with a finger gun, but then we also just have guns ready at the ready next to the water cooler there.
And they are pointing.
I am large and I am pointing. I'm gonna grab this. Omni Cheese Pizza is fine filler. Ooh, okay. I like this card a lot. It's a one-side, it's a bite plus a flicker that works well with a lot of, like, ways I can go. The problem is it's fighting against, like, just a fine card on color, where I could, like, grab this and then, like, let somebody else go into red-white. Every pointing finger. Frog Butler is also good here. I like the white in here fine enough. I'm going to pick up the Manhole Missile and try to, like, let somebody else in on the red-white next to us. Okay, this is just kind of like low-end stuff for every color. I will grab the Rock Soldiers.
Artifact creature. Elemental soldier.
They basically hit either a token or if you're more lucky, a piece of equipment. But okay.
Okay, Donatello 2.
Yeah, so this is common Donatello.
Oh, this is a different Donatello. Okay.
Yeah.
There's also Foundry again. You can have multiples of that Foundry.
That's true. I like Donatello for being like a fine body that cycles. Foundry is the card that also is like the... I'm not trying... Oh, are we going to see more of... Go with Donnie. Okay, well. This seems like a fine place to pick up on-color fixing. It's versus, again, a 2 that I'm not super excited for. Or a card I probably only want one of. Okay.
Oh, well, he's got island cycling. Okay.
Yeah, island cycling makes this card, like, real.
That's, reasonable.
Sure.
Station Commando is a 2-drop. And hey, it does create an artifact, so...
Yeah. Okay. So we've got...
Mikey's Technique.
That's the... Yeah.
One of these.
Yep.
Second Stockman.
Yeah, Baxter 2? It's probably fine. Especially in here, I'm not as huge.
Realistically, there's actually not much in this pack for us.
Yeah, like, Point Squad is something that works out with some of the token making. But, like, as you can tell by the hybrid, that's more made for this hybrid setup, so... Yeah, Baxter 2 is about as much as this I want. This card is wild. If I want to find, like, evasive, like, a creature that evades to be able to hand this off to, but even if it's just, like, a 1/1, like, that's a lot that you push in with. Okay.
Like, non-creature spell you cast as an affinity for artifacts.
Okay. That's also fighting against, like, nobody as the other... This card's actually quite good. But, like, the body on this is, I think, better off.
2/4 Menace is pretty solid.
Best card in the pack is Mighty Mutant Animals. That's for someone else, but, you know that, like, 2/2 that makes a 2/2 card that gets set in every set? What if that card was, like, the best uncommon in the set, like, by a mile? Because...
Damn, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't a 2/2 that makes a 2/2. No. This is a 2/2 that makes a 3/3, or is it a 3/2 that makes a 2/2, and so on and so forth. Like, or a 2/1 that makes a 3/3. There's a lot of ways that you can make it work.
Okay. I really do. I see Mauser Foundry, but like Mechanized Ninja Cavalry is one of the cards I feel like is the most like
you need this
necessary for this deck
metal on its own
to make this deck function on the like affinity. Thinking about the affinity, there is a world where we're able to like play Dawn and Wrath attack and then just like play this post combat. Even though it's post combat, if this is like 4 mana or 5 mana,
doesn't it say non-creature spell?
Well, it's not creature. Damn, I thought it was creature spell. Never mind. Reading the opposite direction. Well, then the best we're probably getting out of this is like free copies of Cheese Pizza or something like that. We don't have a ton of.
It's not as powerful. It's mainly that it's power. There's another Mauser Foundry.
Or another Baxter. I kind of want the more low end. Retro Mute is the this is the like silly removal.
2 of them.
2 of them. I'm just gonna get us
All
enough.
Right, so what's your like interactions that you have going that aren't simply just counting whether or not you have artifacts?
The biggest thing we want the artifact building for is this Donnie.
Right. Okay.
This is the biggest one right now. We don't have a ton other that are like looking at full on. Like Raphael is something we could have as like ping, but at this point I kind of want to have some.
Yeah, some removal would be nice.
Some kill spells. We're looking for a little bit more of a payoff for this still, though. As you're saying, we have a lot. I think we've got a good amount at the bottom, but we're not looking. We don't have a lot at the top for payoffs that are just
like
for the synergies.
Baxter enables more stuff with the this one obviously is just non-cycler, but the other one is actually interacts with artifacts in some way. I'm pretty sure, right?
Well, this one is
common one.
The other Stockman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives an artifact creature +3/+0, and first strike and vigilance.
Okay. Okay, I think you're in the right colors. That's nice.
Yeah, we're seeing green, blue, and red open up. I'm gonna grab. Oh, actually, Purple Dragon Punks is the ramper for.
Or to activate an ability.
I'll grab one of those. I don't know if that's great for this, but.
You wanna...
Or do we want the fixing for white in case something comes up like that?
Currently it doesn't do anything though, so like you can easily fix it up.
Target artifact creature 4/5. And did get a copy
Got
of
this guy anyway.
Okay, and a copy of Retro Mutation. Alright.
I like the signs that we're getting at least in this pack.
Okay. Baxter like million. This is the grease that makes the deck real.
Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, tap or untap target creature, sacrifice, draw 2. Yeah, now we're talking. This will force your opponent to like never have anything on the field that matters again, ideally.
Yeah, like we can use it to slow them down, like tap down attackers to slow down or stop bits like that. And it's also like we get the draw off it, and it's something we can. There are pieces we want to find that like let us recur or bounce this to reuse it. Is something that'd be nice to have more of. That's why Nobody is a pretty real card. Scientist, Stump of the Foot, Rare's gone out of here. Mantle Missile 3. How many of these are too many, right? Like, how many pieces of the 3
How many times have you ever regretted playing 3 Lightning Strikes in the deck?
Yeah.
Or rather, 3 Searing Spears or whatever. But...
Yeah, the one that can just go... Because, like, we saw this come around pretty late anyway. I want a copy of... I'd like a copy of Nobody. Okay, this is actually got a lot of choices. So Casey Jones is top 4, grab an artifact.
Yep. Quite good.
Nobody is pick up an artifact, which triggers the Leaves play on, like, Mazur Foundry and the Surveillance Camera. Mazur Foundry again. Buzzbots are also like, this is kind of the nice way to stop ninja stuff going on. Casey is currently 7 artifacts in the deck. I think
you might want the Nobody instead.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Alright, you got your Casey.
And we get Casey anyway. That's nice.
Alright.
So this will be 8, which 4 out of 8. That's not 100%. That's not great odds, but it's good odds. And the card is also like fine enough on the play anyway. Like 2/1 ace for 2, so that will do just fine. Instrumentation again. Not a lot I'm super interested out of this. All pieces we kind of already have. Well, these are even artifacts, which is what I want for Casey.
Yeah. Fugitive Druid?
So Fugitive Droid here is...
Droid. Okay.
Can't be blocked if an artifact came into play, and can, like, counter a targeting spell. Also just another copy of Nobody if I want.
Second Nobody is probably the way to go then, of these.
Like, again, I like that with some of the synergies we have there. Ooh, Buzzbots. I think I value this over the second piece of fixing because we don't have any of these.
A lot of your 2-color cards are also explicitly, you know, hybrid
Hybrids,
cards,
so... Okay. Wow, that's late. We already have Rock Soldiers. I'm super not a believer in the GT. I don't know. Do I want more copies of this artifact, dude? I'll take a Raphael. I don't know if I'm playing that. Sure.
Third Baxter just keeps coming in. You've opened up 4 of these.
Okay.
You do have actually like quite a lot of cuts to make. This is a deck that has plays in it.
Yeah. Okay. It's a million copies of both Baxters. So, okay. So the easy way...
I don't know a ton about DMNT.
Yeah, stuff I've gained from osmosis and what people have talked about in the last month with this set. Basically. Okay, so Donnie, Casey, Mantle... Nobody's... at least 2 of the Baxters. I still want to play this, even if it's not going to be doing, like, huge creatures into play. It's still a 7/7 haste. Could play the pizza if I want. We actually have a lot of space for some of the other bits. Big Floating Cowhead. Yeah, that's like a 04 Mana Dork for 3. We're on 8 artifacts right now. Definitely want to be a little bit more on the creature count. One of you... One is the last bit. I'm not really splashing anything, so the Omni Cheese Pizza is mostly just filler. And I'm not certain I think we can do better than just a filler piece.
You had like things that triggered off of artifacts leaving play.
Yeah.
More than just the ones that count only themselves.
Your count is 15 and 7. Probably do want to play, like, maybe I just play the This Is Fine. Yeah, we were talking about this versus the Spider-Man set. This has a lot of improvements over the Spider-Man set in a number of, like, ways for, like, both how it plays out mechanically, and I feel a bit more not being attached to either Spider-Man or TMNT. I like what we're doing with characters more in this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick with this. 8, 1. Yeah, 3 manhole missiles, 1 of the big kill. Do I want to play the retro mutations actually? Yeah. Do I need another? I don't quite have a piece of, like, super hard removal like that. Maybe that's better.
Are there many targets for something that, you know, you need a really heavy, hard removal for? Like, is it anything that you could not kill with 6 damage, or...
It would be something, like, literally on this level, you know?
Right.
Call that fine. Okay. So the big thing I want to be able to do is start with, like, a little Mauser Maker on 2, and then kind of move from there. The Mauser Maker on 2 and pick it up with nobody on 3 plays really well, because that's a lot of tokens we start building.
Yep.
The uncommon Donatello really loves those Mauser Makers as well.
This has plays, and you're on the play.
I'm on the
You
play.
only have 2 turns to draw that land.
It really wants to be a mountain for the point squad, because then we could go like that, followed up by... Because we've a third land for Utrom Scientists is also fine. That's one of our weaker cards in the deck, but... I'm gonna try it. This is a gamble. It's looking for... It's a 50-50 twice. But...
And you paid it off.
The thing is that a 50-50 twice will get there. You know, 75% of the time.
Yep.
So the idea is that we get a point squad on Ooh, okay. So they've got a few things going here. Yeah, point squad with Ninja Cavalry is a lot of power quickly. They're just gonna play the bow staff and bounce the token. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're looking for land 4. Rock Soldiers looks pretty great. Okay, they're gonna pick up the bow staff.
They're gonna... I guess they'll have to bounce the point squad this time.
Yeah, that's too much value to work around. They get Scry 1, which they're looking for land 4, I'm assuming. Keep it on top. No, they have land 4. It's just a tap land. Okay. All right. Perfect. That lets us go Donnie. They'll have to bounce the point squad because that's just too much damage coming out now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a great draw. And we have Rock Soldiers to eat the bow staff.
True.
So...
Given that if someone's playing white in this set, it seems like they're always playing that katana. Rock Soldiers does have, like, targets. It's not...
Ooh,
it's not a lot.
Okay. Sure. Bounce that way. That's a lot of bouncing you've got going on here now. Pain in the ass a little bit.
A lot of bouncing, but they're on the back foot to extend.
Yeah. Am I going Scientists to tap Metalhead this turn? Point Squad to re-get Point Squad into play? Could be nobody pick up Sewer Valence Cam, actually.
It's not bad.
That actually sounds legitimate here. So this is Sewer Valence Cam, pick up. Scry 1. That's nice. I kind of want the land more right now. That is really nice, though. This leaves play. We tap Metalhead.
Really puts them on the edge here.
So the idea here is that they're on 5, and we have, like, a lot of ways to pressure. I think they have to bounce
like,
Donatello.
Which sucks, because that's just giving us a card again.
Yeah. Maybe they bounce the 1/1 and hope that their defenses are enough. We're at 20, so we're not in, like, any danger of dying. Yeah. We also can just kill the bow staff with rock soldiers. Okay, there's the bow. Bounce the token. Buzzbots. Alright, that's gonna force a lot of chump blocks here.
Just doing it again.
Puts them to 1 and... Yeah, puts them to 1.
Yeah.
They have something.
Single red, single white. Is there a shock in the set?
There might be an untap, but you wouldn't splash that.
Yeah, this thing does work exactly the way I kind of thought it would in the right setup. This thing just locks your opponent's board down pretty good.
Oh, they have the activation on Metalhead. Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
Reasonable, but...
Go to 1.
Go to 1.
So next turn we have Utrom Scientist plus Mantle Missile. Like, this is what we call tempo.
Mm-hmm.
And... Like, my god, the amount of, like, pressure this, specifically with the nobodies, puts up. Just like, you can't play blockers. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, die with 5 cards in hand. Cool. We found that sewer camera late, and you can see that it very, like, I called it the grease for a reason.
Yeah. Because it's so slippery.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting put on the floor and then picked back
God,
up.
I picked it. Oh, God, I dropped it. Oh, no, heck. I dropped it.
Falling down. I can't get up because I'm tapped because of the slippery grease.
And then Odysseus picks up the camera every turn, and I'm just really annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This has a hasty 2-1 next turn on the play. That's quite good.
Yep.
As long as they do not play a 1-mana 1/1 right now. Hey, there you go.
Alright, so let's see what we get off you. Sure.
That's something.
That's a card
even
that...
one card is worth there.
You know... Here we've got Manhole Missile and the Buzzbots.
Okay. That seems like something that needs to die the moment you can kill it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about if I'm willing to, like, play out my 3 and go to combat against it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're holding the Manhole Missile, I'm gonna go with this. I'm willing to trade if they just offer it. If they get a 1/1 counter on it, the missile's still enough to get over it. Okay. This land gets a lot done. Okay. So the thing I like about this, where I'm doing this on 4, is that I'm actually able to go cycle Stockman.
Yeah, and then go play it. Yeah, I see.
Just force myself to have the land ready.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a card I want to cycle with this?
Honestly, the Rock Soldiers, maybe?
Yeah.
Like, this basically means instead of, what you searched up was one of anything.
Yeah. Next turn, we've got, like, Foundry plus nobody. Okay.
Damn. The Rock Soldiers would be pretty good right now.
Hmm. Weren't expecting the van.
Yeah.
Not in this position. So, the van gives counters to what crew it, and double counters if it's a turtle or a mutant. That means you want to, like, put something cool in there so it gets 2 counters, and then the second turn you do it, it gets 1,000,000 counters. If they're just going to put the van in the van... Okay. We're playing the van on defense. Oh, well...
Well... Like that. That's actually really nice to see right now.
Yeah.
(6-2) Vigilance first striker, huh?
Yes.
Probably dying. It's my guess. It's probably it by something.
I don't think they have it. I think they just have.
Gonna die.
I think they've just got at least right now they
Activation.
They just have the van activation. That's why they have priority. So cool thing here with Baxter. Baxter has to die because this is just way too much of a pressure cooker that we're putting them under. If they've got a kill spell, they've got to send it.
You swung all out next turn. I think they die. Like, without them, you know, they'd have to block all out in, like, unprofitable ways.
Yeah. They have to do that because that doesn't stop Baxter. Oh my god.
You know what else doesn't stop?
Did you know nobody's not legendary?
Of course not. It's nobody.
It's nobody. I think I'm going combat first, then. We'll just put a Mauser in. Because, like, these don't haste, it doesn't matter. That's hilarious. Okay. Team Wolf Dad, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. I think they chump and then throw them under the farm. Whoever it is. Interesting. So, that was the reason I went in with nobody last turn, too, is because, like, 6 first strike is just too much to handle. Well.
And then I guess you play the Mauser Foundry?
Yeah, because this has a removal.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
That's a card I'm absolutely fine drawing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we play the Mauser Foundry because this has a kill spell attached to it. So.
Mm-hmm. You can also make yet more tokens, like...
Yeah. This is the imagined how the deck went in my mind. This is exactly how this went. With, it's fine. We didn't need to kill the van. It didn't do anything. What's the problem with the van if it doesn't do anything? I still think I'm fine leaving the third Stockman on the board because, like, it's just such an expensive investment that's also a legend. Like, so having 2 of them is really bad. Like, early when we're not able to get to 5 mana. But it is also, like, one of our strongest pieces. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it as is. I think there's a pretty real world where we play 3 of that just because it's that strong of a piece for how our deck plays, but I'm worried about, like, drawing 2 on turn 3 and just be sitting there with dead cards for too long. It's fine. Why would anyone drive the van? Put the van in the van. Greg. Welcome, Greg. Yeah, I can keep this. This one's a little awkward in the curve department. Sitting here thinking about ninjas, huh? I think I'm fine letting them ninjutsu here because I can kill what they ninjutsu in. If they ninjutsu, like, small shredder. Like, we just have mantle missile for that. Huh. We're just not going in? One top, one bottom. Oh, that was silly of me. That should have just been the tap land. I am sitting here thinking about next turn being nobody and not caring. There's that shredder. The play is still the nobody? So it works out. Ooh, yeah. All right. Baxter with this board. Okay, okay. Now we're pushing. Roku here. Oroku here. Tunnel rats. Where are the tunnel rats? And April. Okay. Yeah, Baxter looks really good here. I'm sure they have a kill spell, but, like, it still puts out a lot of bodies and a lot of pressure. Like, I might just want to put the third Baxter in over Null Group, because that card, this is just a filler creature. Yeah. Nobody is a really good card, yes. Absolutely. Looking forward to nobody's reprint of the Odyssey set. Foot Elite. Okay. Let's go combat first. Sure, Tunnel Rats, they don't have recursion for it, but like chump blocking makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and play my 3. My hope is they attack with Foot Elite and like someone else. They don't have enough to remove fully with this. That is not the... Interesting, okay. You don't have 4 mana, though. Okay, alright. Well... I think they miscounted what the, I think they miscounted how much this cost. So, Koya's really cool. Koya blinks a creature, and then has a rider that, like, you can pay 4 to make sure the creature doesn't leave, which makes the card really flexible. You can use it to get a blocker out of the way for a turn. You can use it on your own creatures to reset like a
I've been muted
untapped.
for a minute. Whoops.
Hello. You can use it to reset April or something like that, where like, oh hey, this comes into play again. It is evasive and can bounce for your ninjas, but it costs 4. I'm so sorry, Greg.
Yeah, I see that they accidentally played the card that gives you a token.
Yeah, right. Like
doesn't cause any downside to you.
Yeah, and it doesn't like stop the board from like they can't attack in. Still, it's not.
Yeah,
you make every mistake once. It's true. That when I say make every mistake once and you will be immortal, that's the kind of mistake you make once and now you don't make it again because you remember that the card costs 3 + 4. All right, I am valuing Baxter high enough to put a 3rd copy in the deck.
He is absolutely killing opponents when he comes down.
Yeah, if we have too many of them, we can just throw away.
You can just manhole missile them away. Yeah, there you go. That's the way to go.
It's fine.
You have a fair amount of looting too, so
multiples
aren't that bad.
The Jazz Dog. Okay. That is a powerful opponent.
Dauntless Drafter.
I'm in here. This is fine.
It's a little slow, but it does work.
Yeah, like removal on 2 for their 2 or 3 point squad, which will be slow to build, but like will build, especially with Baxter. And Rock Soldiers actually plays really good with Baxter because that's a 7 power vigilance attacker. Hopefully, like we see like a katana for it to eat, or like something like that. Okay, mono white. Hopefully we see something for it to eat, you know?
What a thing for it to eat, man! Okay, legendary non-creature artifact, huh?
Eat the ooze. Rocks eat the ooze.
What is that odious stench?
Eat the ooze.
Also, Raph and Mikey is here, finally. Oh man, they're also a slow start? That benefits us so much right now.
Alright, we get EPF point squad, which is it's great. That's fine. That gets the job done. They're on mono white right now. They might be off color.
I think they have to be. Right?
I'm sorry. Hold on. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, so this is one of the 1 in 64 like bonus sheet cards. Just as like a hey, how is this here?
Do everything once. Got it. And don't take extra turns.
So you can't take extra turns. Wow. So they get a card on 2 attacks, 2 draws, or 2 spells.
The good news is we're going to be buffing up one thing really well.
Okay. Also, I'm playing cards on curve, like...
Yeah. Goodbye, the ooze.
Goodbye, the ooze! We can't... okay. Don't time walk. Okay, pile of blockers. Sure. Effective.
Pile blockers is actually quite good with that one. That's a little early.
They're off color. I think that they're that does feel a little early to me, but if I was off color for this long, I would still, especially because we blew up the ooze.
Yeah, true. I always feel like when someone like, concedes at 17 after like only losing like 2 things, it feels like it's a little early.
Fun stuff. Raph and Mikey will sidestep Trouble in Pairs.
True, yeah, because you didn't attack with both of them. That one's just here, and it's attacking now.
What do you think the second color is?
Probably green.
Yeah, it's
right because that's where the rest of the
green and
+1/+1 counters.
It's weird because green blue is where the +1/+1 counters live most because that's where mutagens live. But green blue are allied colors, and this is an enemy colored set.
Yeah.
So it might be black because black has a little bit of, I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like black would actually be kind of like actively bad at doing that, and that's where the majority of sneak lies. But
But so the way the ooze works is that when a creature with a 1/1 counter leaves, you get a mutagen for each counter. So like if they sneak, it still works with sneak. Because if you bounce the 1/1 counters, then you get mutagens a bunch, and then you can put them on the new creature.
Okay.
One of the things that's again talking about this set, the mechanical synergies and the way things interplay is pretty smart. Like there's a lot of like things that play like across counters like that.
Mm-hmm.
So keep sacking artifacts. Well, we're having a great time with this deck. I'm really enjoying the way that this deck's playing out. Casey makes a good... Casey keeps this.
Casey draws you a card, likely. You don't have any of your artifacts in the moment, so...
And if I do, like, it's fine because they're all going to be cards I want to be seeing. If our opponent plays...
Kind of exactly that.
Do I just want a Mauser Foundry? That thing has Vigilance, too, so, like, it's not like it gets any... I'm gonna go ahead and do the Mauser Foundry. I'd rather have this in play in case we draw nobody next turn, and are able to bounce that. If that doesn't happen, we just go and play Casey.
Nice.
I'm gonna hold that up. Keeping the token is important for Baxter turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we found it.
That's something much more important to throw manhole at.
Do I want to wait? Like, next turn I can play Casey, leave up Manhole Missile. Try to catch...
Because this is more efficient use of mana, it draws you a card.
That is true.
Stockman, right?
Get rid of Stockman, Mad Fly. You're right. Because of the mana efficiency, especially with the fact that we're going to draw 2 on the turn, that makes more sense. And, well...
Doesn't matter. You got it back anyway.
All right, Casey. Yeah, I'll take I'll take nobody. I'm gonna offer this trade because I'd like the flyer off the board.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't want to have this flyer get +1/+1 counters on
Correct.
it. It's actually better to be gone than anything else.
That is the reason I'm doing that.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna keep the hand.
Yeah, I think so. This is all good cards.
Yeah.
You need the mana. You need the Baxter. Nobody is good.
Lord Dreg is gonna make some tokens because the thing left play. Okay. So Lord Dreg is the black-green kind of uncommon with an activated ability off. Really good. Has this 1/1 flyer creator.
Sacrifice a token is pretty slick because, you know, you can use that on mutagens instead.
All right. We are going to go ahead and deploy Baxter here. I know we could use Mauser Foundry on Lord Dreg, but right now I'm putting Baxter down feels like a very aggressive line where we can do this like next turn if need be.
They only have 1 available. Okay.
Okay.
It's fine. You got 2 more. And they only have 1 available mutagen at the moment, so they're probably going to put this on a token. Yeah, they see what you're like.
Yeah, they see the line. Okay. I think we do need to get Dreg off the table. That's very funny. Yeah. So they have this flying clock, which is a bit of a pain. We need to outpace. Ooh, they are all about the flyers here. Okay. They're gonna try and outpace us.
Okay, so there's 5 in the air. You have 9 life left. You have in hand. If you played the Stockman, you would have an additional 3 power and boards. That's 6 damage on this turn. They have 2 foods.
I think it might have to be like play and bounce scientists with nobody,
Might be.
and then try to like this is.
Because yeah, right now on board, even with the Stockman, they do beat you.
Yeah.
Because you're dead in 2 turns at the moment.
That's so expensive.
We can eat one of their pizzas. That doesn't actually save us, though, or anything. It's an expensive play. Play.
I think I need that bottom. That's too much of a commitment on the turn. We don't have time to make 4 mana.
If it was manhole attack,
that'd be super good.
Instead, that'd be really good.
I don't care about Michelangelo. That doesn't have anything.
That's a guy on the board. It doesn't matter.
They're gonna eat the food immediately so that they can get the scry off Exterminator. Top. Okay. Okay.
Donnie is...
That's a flyer.
That's a flyer, and you can also play the scientist still, so you get the counter. Yeah, good.
Okay. These ground creatures don't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You kept a card on top, right? Like, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Very efficient deck that they're playing here.
Oh, that's a smart move. If they didn't leave back that 1/1. Okay. Yeah, because if they didn't leave back that 1/1, we'd be 1 short anyway. It's fine. I'm eating your food.
They played this really well.
Yeah,
in general.
I think because like the pivot point that we could have done is we could have tapped out to kill that flyer 1 turn earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that leaves us so much further. That's the I don't know how that turns out, but it's the only pivot point, right? Like, or it's the main pivot.
It doesn't.
Point.
Yeah, in this case, I actually don't think it would have changed much. They would have had 1 less flyer.
Yeah. And they would also have had a much higher life total because we wouldn't have had any pressure on them at that point.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well played.
Recipes.
I didn't get to eat their pizza. I wanted to eat their pizza so bad. The black-green Flyers deck just getting you. Good place to be. Flyers are strong, and we had to spend a lot of removal on more, on some different threats that needed to get off the table. All right. That pizza did have everything on it. We could have had everything. All right. This has cavalry and nobody, which can play well. This has surveillance camera and nobody. I think third land is the thing we're betting on here, but we have ways to last if we don't see it immediately. Oh, even better. I'm gonna lead you. That way, in case this is dies, not leaves play, but. We still get to put out threats. Mono blue. And there's land 3. Non-creature spell. Mono blue still. Mono blue still. This is a player with 5 green cards in hand. I'm so sorry, player with 5 green cards in hand. Or red cards in hand. That's... Probably red. This is a card that's pretty low on, like... It's kind of our 23rd, if I'm looking at it. And it's only our 23rd because it's an artifact creature, so it has a lot of synergies. Well... You know, compared to the last draft of this we did, we are speeding along. I'm thinking of last week's where, like, we were this far in, we're an hour into the stream, and we were in game 3 instead of game 6 finished. We were in the middle of game 3 with that deck. Yeah, a lot of color screw. I think that's the second opponent who's been like fully off color. Maybe third. It's been a... That's painful to see. Look, pizza's here. Sometimes people just concede because of the pizza time. If there's any set where it's gonna happen, right? We know that this is the set where the pizza's here. Oh, bear. Okay. Loving it. Continuing to feel like nobody is like the best card in this deck. If I don't draw a land, I'm just gonna cycle Stockman. It's that important. Okay, if I do draw a land, though... Ooh. We don't have land for... I'm gonna keep it. We're gonna... Stockman for land for Mauser Foundry. Oh, God. Stop on my opponent's upkeep, please. Alright, no fear. Fine. Alright. I did this over the Mauser Foundry so that we could cut them off of the, like, mana for a little bit of a turn to give us some time to be able to do a bit more board building before they do. Obviously, at this point, like, you know, they have a pretty sizable... some sizable pieces here, but we're looking good. Baxter's here. I love Baxter. Probably dying immediately. Is Baxter getting tenderized? Baxter's getting stomped by the foot. Yeah, okay. Well, let's get in there. We're playing 3 Baxter now for a reason. Ooh, Ragamuffin Raptor gets to pick up the frog. Okay. Tap land. So they're like straight 3 color. We're gonna go ahead and Donatello here. Good. I don't... I'm worried about them having a second Ragamuffin now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We have loops.
We got loops. Okay. So this can pick up any creature, including, you know, copies of itself. Alright. We have a draw 2 on the table, so I'm gonna utilize that at end step. Hopefully they burn the other Ragamuffin. What the hell are you? 3/4 Death Touch. Whenever another creature you control dies, gain life equal to its toughness. Whenever you gain life,
and it's also the what is it called? Sanguine Bond.
It's not 1 for 1. It's like if they gain 4, they'll drain 1.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
There's the
this
legend.
is actually problematic though. It's going to be difficult to kill them through that amount of life gain.
Yeah. The idea behind tapping Raptors so they can't chump with Raptor. Okay. Ooh.
That's good. That exiles too.
Okay. I just want to hit the Southwind, like make sure they aren't gaining 100 million life.
Yeah, I mean that removes it and keeps it out of their grave. It's either that or, you know, you destroy their loop by killing the Raptor, but I don't think that that's better than getting rid of the Avatar personally.
Getting rid of the loop does mean that they're like we might lose this the Southwind Avatar losing to it in combat, but like how else am I beating the loop?
Keeping it tapped down instead of killing it. I don't know if that actually is going to work out in the long run though.
Yeah, I'm sitting here going through like this is a pain.
Maybe it is better to get rid of the loop.
Loop.
Does mean that at this point now we don't fear killing things anymore.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Just gonna hang back. Let's see what we got. They still have a... Okay. Flyer. Sure.
Draw discard.
Yep. Yeah, which of these two problems is bigger? I think the endless loop is like, especially knowing that we don't have any other exile removal is like a lot of a pain. Hello. Well,
Okay, so top fours. That's nice. You get
what do you got?
something.
Sure. Yeah, you know.
And you get to bottom deck for mountains. Three mountains.
A
Hell
million
yes.
lands to bottom of deck.
If you get Stockman Buzzbots, wears it really well.
Yep. 4 in the air can only be blocked by exile target creature with mana value 3 or less. Okay, we're both sitting on exile. No! My bots!
Damn. Annoyingly, that's also an attacker in the air.
Annoyingly, also, they can cat, gain life, lose life. They have a thing going on here.
Yeah.
I think we might have to Mauser the cat. Double blue. Genghis Frog.
Bennett's deck is sick.
Yeah. Like this 3-color, like, they've got a lot of combos that work out too here.
Yeah.
Well, we could get rid of Genghis Frog, but I think this is actually the big problem.
Being able to get rid of their sack outlet, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, they can pick it back up. Like
It means
that.
they've spent it at that point.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
Donnie is currently our way to win, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Baxter off the top also just lets us start moving.
Yeah.
Like, anybody, even any token is still 4. Okay, we've got them to spend the Raptor. They're probably picking the cat back up.
Yep.
Playing the cat. Oh, that is a mutant. Okay. We've got some worries because they can start making their Stockman bigger. But...
Okay. Kind of nice.
Okay. Do I want to eat the cat again?
Southwind Avatar is 4 toughness. It's going to be difficult to catch it in combat, and
Yeah.
then followed up with Mauser Foundry to kill it. Chances are they probably just won't even block with it. They have plenty of blockers.
Yeah, they have plenty of better blockers. I could try to, like, move in with, like, Donatello to go for that, but... Yeah, that's probably best line. Nah, this is just... That's the legendary one of those.
Rock Soldiers kills a non-creature artifact. If we could have killed the Southwind Avatar, we'd have done so ages ago.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Just doing a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah. We can eat the mutagen, yes. But the cat is...
Removing a sack outlet on a board that really wants to sacrifice its entire board into to blood artist us to death is a good way to, yeah.
Yeah. Especially because they can, like... They can sack the mutagens, too, for a card.
Mm-hmm.
And every creature they play is gonna be a mutagen, or because it's mutant and any mutant. Oof. Okay. We still
a
get
4/5 at least.
yeah, still sizable. We're making a
Yeah, but this is the second attacker, so
yeah, this is the phase where actually that's 1/5. So Donatello. Okay, we're just going all in. All right, off the top, what do we got? Yeah, that makes sense. We have 1,000,000 but like our opponent's at 28 and they gain life on anything dying. Ooh. Love our opponent's deck. They've got a really, like, solid removal in the black, which we can see in the splash here. We got Stomp by the Foot, Death in the Family, and then the Southwind, which is, like, the card that puts all this kind of together, right?
yeah.
All right.
I don't think you were wrong at any point, basically, in your plays here. It's just that your opponent has just outvalued us and kept us like locked down this whole time.
They
Like,
have a full engine, right? Like that's the
Yeah.
piece that's kind of killer here. Like we have a couple pieces that work, like Donatello and some of the bouncing pieces give us value, but they don't give us an engine, which the like the loops our opponents can produce, or the Genghis Frog plus the cat kind of eat into more value. Still such a tough choice on the the getting rid of the looping or getting rid of the Southwind is
the
hard.
Southwind, in this case, definitely getting rid of the loop was better because the Southwind did do stuff that whole game, but
It wasn't why we
realistically, all it
lost.
did was game them about like 15 life, and you took like 5.
Right.
That was it. It wasn't why you lost. You lost because they had flyers in the end,
Yeah.
and they kept your flyers
Maybe
locked down.
maybe we're able, if we get rid of that life gain, maybe our pile of Mausers can go wide, but we don't have a.
You never drawing the Baxter was a problem.
Yeah,
for
we
that,
did
'cause,
draw
like,
we did draw a Baxter. Baxter died immediately.
yeah, you didn't draw your second one.
Yeah,
One of your 3 in the later parts of the game is what I really mean.
Yeah, we did have a follow up there. All right, what do we got here out of? All right, Frog Butler. We got the ramp. Well, we are we're
You
playing
are
nice.
on plan.
Dawn and Wrath let us do. Ooh, this is such a good card. What are they grabbing? Is it just going to be a filler everything pizza or cat? All right. It grabs you the engine. Dawn and Wrath Hard Science actually has some really nice bits where it can make bot bashing, manhole missile, and Mauser Foundry cheaper. Hello? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They grabbed the ice cream cap, but they have the everything pizza, right? They're gonna tenderize Dawn and Wrath. Yep. Our opponent has all the food. They are chomping. Sure. Okay, that actually plays really nicely. So the card that's most important out of our opponent, there's 2 cards that they can be playing that are the most high impact. The Everything Pizza needs you to have 5 colors, which they don't currently because this is 2 off. But they could also have, like, Pizza Face on a splash. Jenica on a splash. That means they're playing Jenica as a thing that searches, and they already have their white. Okay. Okay. We can use Manhole Missile to, like, kill at something. Now, fun thing, Ice Cream Kitty eats a creature or token. They cannot eat the Omni Cheese Pizza to Kitty to draw. That's not legal. They must want the Revolt. Do they have a pizza face? Yeah, all right. Sure. Huh. We're gonna put the point squad down here and draw. Okay. Okay. That's a fine draw. That's an evasive creature. Yeah, Revolt and Sneak does, like, do play at different sides and even have a combination of powers together. Okay. They're on empty board now. So... Sorcery, okay. You know what I'm after?
Nobody. Got the loops. I understand.
We are, like, right now, we're on a top deck fight. I would like...
May as well improve your top deck.
Because, like, Baxter is so huge here, right? Like...
Yeah.
Are you gonna kill my nobody in response? No? Alright, yep, uh-huh. Nobody. Nobody for nobody for nobody? Nobody. Knock, knock. Who's there?
How you doing over there, Polyphemus?
Who's home? That's a good card. Especially, like, they can pump Jenica to 5, which isn't enough right now. I think with that, I'm probably just going to bot bash, get rid of Genghis Frog. Make sure they can't. Keep doing, like, so that their engine's offline. All right. That's a win con. Every time I play a nobody, I put
It turns
a
out you
con.
did have an engine. It was
yeah.
just 2 nobodies.
2 nobodies. We found the engine. Alright, they figured out they need to start going to combat, huh? Clip that off the board, and... Not it. Let's see what's up. Ninja Batch Jenica?
Would you like to put your robot on the bottom?
Okay. Your last card is a Tenderize. Ooh. Okay. It might be time to finally drop the engine so that I've got enough board presence here.
Reasonable.
They're empty-handed now. Again, we're in a top deck war. They've been drawing pretty well because they've emptied a lot of lands out of their deck, you know, with that Search 2 and pieces like that. Yeah, now we're talking. Hello.
He's a 4/1 striker in the airfield, huh?
That good, huh? Yeah. This is the payoff we get for scrying 6. Right? Like, that's... Because, like, if we look at the bottom
if you
of it...
had not done that, you would have drawn Baxter Sockman 6 more turns from now.
This is the bottom of deck we've put here, you know? So... Thank you, Baxter, for showing up and immediately ending that game.
Yeah, it's like if you were asked if you'd play a card that was 1 hybrid red blue that just had a tap ability on it of rather not a tap ability,
Yeah,
just a cost 3 to do that again, scry 1, and that's all it said. Sometimes, yeah, absolutely, I want to play that card.
All right, maximum magic. Let's go. Final match. This has been a good set for maximum magic too. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cat 357, born in the year 19,000. Wow.
Damn.
Damn.
Your opponent can play creatures, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we're tapping all your creatures forever. Okay, escape. So they're not going to be off color. We don't have that problem out of opponents this time.
Plus, they have 2 of these. And
Ooh.
well, no, they have 2 of them, then they're not going to be off color. Yeah.
Okay.
Also a thing that loves your engine.
Yeah, that's another payoff for nobody. Terrifying. Okay, we do want to play this anyway. Sure. We knew that was a possibility. Sometimes Casey Jones is just a 2-power first haster.
Also, you only bottomed decked two things that you have threes of in your deck.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Triples is safe, as they say.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the point squad down here then. This seems like a thing we can get out that's gonna be a nice, like, growing thread. Would like to find land 4 so we can just start, like, dealing with Ray. Okay. I want to land here.
Getting rid of one of your pieces of removal, I think it's a little expensive. This is our worst removal in our deck, minus the... Yeah, okay, paid off.
Yeah.
Master Foundry, thankfully, still is removal.
Yes. So I'm just going to attack with Casey. Point squad is going to get better very quickly. I'd rather keep it in play. Like, I'm fine trading 2-2 for 2-1 when they have a looting from Cool But Rude and this pump. Slat! Oh, God. Alright. Well... I'm tapping Slash forever.
Seems like a plan.
Because whenever Slash attacks, it makes it 2-2. Whenever a creature comes in, problems. Alright. Let's put the pressure on him, right? That's what this deck is all about. We're very good at putting the pressure on. We have tempo. That's what we do. Alright, no thank you.
You're exemplifying what blue-red is supposed to be good at right here.
Their best counter would be their own cam, because this can untap. It's very funny. That is a correct choice, I think. Interesting. Alright. Again. Slash.
Slash.
Okay. Broncos for 2. Ooh, okay. I like that. Okay. So we've run out of dealing with Slash.
You have one more tap.
Yeah, if
So
we want
that's
to.
about it.
Yeah. I kind of want to get Donatello down is the problem.
Donatello is probably the way you win this game now. You know?
I'm gonna leave back the bodies as enough to try to threaten, like, blocks on Slash. Triple blue. And 1. For their own Donatello. Draw a card.
And they're leaving up red deliberately.
That must be like a draw that they're looking for. Like, if they draw land, they... Oh, if they draw land, they can activate Rude But Cool. That makes sense.
Plan on just trying to kill you via...
Damage from Rude But Cool, because now every time they discard, they, damage us.
Well, this has to die.
Yeah, we're gonna block enough to kill. Like so, I think.
They can't interact with this otherwise, and
yeah,
I guess it's better to have the cavalry in your grave, technically. You have no more nobodies, so you can't pick it up.
Yeah. We get it off the table, which is important.
Nice.
Okay. So
they're ideally dead next turn.
The big thing they have is that Rude But Cool's final mode is just the card Gamble.
Right.
And they have 2 cards in hand, so if there's like something in their deck that gets them out of this situation, wins the game for them, they have a 1 in 3 to lose it on the search. It's such a cool, like, Gamble's a very, very, like, wild tutor. They also just get a lot of burn on us here. So...
kind of fun that they you know, figured out a way to have discard a card at random in red again in a way that doesn't feel too bad.
Yeah. Okay. I'm chump blocking Donatello, so that doesn't matter to me. Okay. They're doing this just to discard draw. That gets 2 damage on us. Wow. Discarding Ray. Okay. Ray's such a good card, but they're discarding it.
Well, that's why we're throwing Menhomus a lot.
No, we're not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair.
Game set.
You're winning this turn. Got it.
Thank goodness we got to fight the really cool mirror where our opponent is doing something very different with the Rude But Cool we passed at the beginning of the draft. We needed to see the power of this thing. All of the damage we took was Slash and Rude But Cool. Like, that was every point of damage we took in this game. And, like,
pretty much, yeah.
They are very close to having us just dead to rights, because, like, if we don't have an answer for Night Watcher, God, if we didn't have 3 blockers, they could have, like, snuck this in, and it would have been terrifying. Yeah,
Slash over there is the return of Perforos, I guess.
Yeah, we put away our kill spell for it, and then went, yeah, but like, what if we tap Slash for the next 5 turns? And I was like, yeah, that's fine too.
And it works. Yeah.
Yeah, blue red versus red blue is a nice way to put it with this, right? Like, that's
yeah, absolutely. That's the way that worked out.
So, gotta say, I don't know who you are, nobody, but you are an ass kicker. Like, this card is such a...
This card's really good, it turns out. Like...
Yeah. Having a ton of these things that work on bounce with between that and the Mauser factory, really great. Having like enough artifact payoffs. Nobody is helping. That's very true. 7-2 maximum magic. All right. You are right. Nobody really won that match. All right, let's go ahead and open some packs. Wind it down. Happy we finally got it, though. I've been after this blue-red deck for a while, and to see it function like this is great. We didn't have one of the cards we'd seen.
7-2 with its ideal.
Yeah, we didn't have one of the cards we'd seen.
Yeah, this one's... this card's wild.
Imagine this picking up nobody. You're picking up... even picking up one of our Mauser factories. It becomes a 3/3 flyer. A lot of power in this. I know it's a 5 damage kill spell. Skating board. This is the first pizza. I love this pizza. I love that it's char, but if you,
oatmeal.
I love that it's char, but if you eat it fast enough, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just eat fast. Be chomping. Yeah. This is a funny. We've seen a card similar to this in the last 3, like, UB sets, where we have this O2 version here that's a little bit more defensive minded, so that it can survive a little more for sneaking. We have a 1/1 version in Momo, in Avatar, that has the same, like, food on leaving, but that one had, like, vigilance and kind of plays more with being able to airbend cards, flipping in and out, and, like, isn't about and has vigilance for the waterbending stuff. It has different synergies that it's playing towards. And then there's the pigeon in Spider-Man, that is a 1/1 flyer that's there for the web slinging pieces. It's fun seeing, like, slight variations on a card and how they play very differently in formats. So, we never played our 7-drop. We never drew our 7-drop.
You did draw it.
We did draw it. We did draw it. You're right.
Yeah, once.
We like
it was in one game in your hand, and you didn't get to play it.
Whoever. Also,
you didn't accelerate into it.
We did not.
It makes sense. But on the other hand, you did also just not draw it anymore.
Yeah, I would say we had multiple games where we're on like 10 mana, and it's like, all right, well, ground chuck and dirtbag. God damn. It's big green. Our deck wasn't terribly built for Don and Raph here, but, like...
Yeah.
There was a game where I felt really good about having Don and Raph, and then they died. These dual... God, Don and Leo here is ridiculously powerful. It has, like, similarities to Y'shtola.
Flicker, 1 artifact and a creature? Damn, okay.
Yeah, if only there were, like, artifacts I wanted to flicker over and over again, or creatures I wanted to keep flickering over and over again, or I don't have, here it is, yeah, or maybe an artifact I want to flicker over and over again. This one's cute.
It's Time Twister and a like upheaval.
Yeah, like, you know, evac or rift or whatnot. I like the way that this is, like, put all the turtles through, like, a Time Twister event. The card itself is like,
I mean, it costs 7.
It costs 7.
Like,
it costs 7. It gives your opponent a draw 7, but they have to choose to sack their board to do it. So, like, that's at least not nothing, but... This card's on Beetle. Like,
X22 red, where X is the number of content creatures you control. Okay, so you play this on a board with like 2 guys, and then you have made
6.
4, 5. You made 6 power and 10. This is Ishkana. This is Ishkana, is what you're looking at right now.
Yeah, but then also like on attack, pump your team. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Rare Casey. Rare Casey's cool. I really like this. Again, you talked about like the discard at random here. Here's another instance of it.
Yep.
This is a pretty cool card, like, especially on, like, you know, it's based on a card from Savior's Ideas Unbound that was just draw 3 at the end of your turn, discard 3. So, like, it's impulse draw, but, like, in a very different manner. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's also a number of cards in Standard that like this. If you control a monument.
That's right, baby. It's Black Red Me Grim. It's coming back.
If you control monument that says, you know, thrice per turn, do a thing on a card discard. Talking about unbeatable cards. This is the card that made our last draft last like 2.5 hours. Very hard to beat because it's a Wrath of God that also gives you like a 7/7 lifelinker. That's like, I don't know, that one's pretty easy to.
Shredder, they made me really huge.
9 mana. 100 million mana to cast Krang. If you do, that's great. You're winning. Good job.
Yeah. You've cast a Chroma, but he's
Yeah.
a little like shitty guy inside a robot.
It's like a Chroma Avacyn, sort of. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for Turtles today. So thank you all for joining. Thank you, Doc, for coming in here. Being around
No
for the-
worries.
But yeah, hope you all had fun with this. Like we were saying, I think that this set does a lot better job with the small set, having a fun draft environment and a lot of like more silly things kind of land better for me. I don't know. That's but like
it's a little bit like, I don't know. It might simply just be. It's really interesting that the two things are so similar.
yes, they are.
The two, like, they're both in New York City. They're both, kind of irreverent at times. They're both, like, they start teenagers for the most part because no one gives a shit about Peter Parker when he's an adult. Sorry, that's just how it works. It has a big old, like, multi-cast thing going on. It even has, like, a multiverse sort of theme going to it the same way that Spider-Man shit does. So they're weirdly two very similar sets. One just learned a lot of lessons from the first one.
Yeah, being one that isn't shifted mid-design helps a lot. Being one that, like...
Yeah.
Like, lets your draft environment... We do it, again, I'm thinking a lot of, like, Spider-Man leaned a lot on Spider-Verse, where you do have your dad Parker. But, like, I don't know, for me, it's like I'm both, like, I'm not attached to either.
Yeah, me neither.
Like,
but like, I immediately have much more fondness for this set and for how they've executed it TMNT than I do for this Spider-Man.
Yeah, I also will say
it comes off as charming. I feel
yeah, that's a
more
good
than
word
anything
for it.
else.
So. But yeah, thank y'all for joining. Follow, subscribe, these cool slime, skulls, mold drifters, and mimics. But if you're just here, having a good time, glad to have you. Upcoming stuff tomorrow is more Trails second chapter. Wednesday we've got Dragon Quest 1 remake. We're in the back half of that game. Thursday is going to be off. We're going to be finishing Little Town Hero next week. We got all the way up to our final boss encounter, and that was not something we finished last week, so we get to give that its own stream, which it basically gets to deserve. And then more at Slay the Spire on Friday. I know you've got a marathon upcoming on the weekend.
Saturday. I'm going to be starting at 3 in the morning and then going until at least 1 in the morning.
All right. So tune in basically any time on Saturday, and you'll find something cool going on over at the Sword Zone.
On Saturday, I will likely be live. If anytime you peep in, that's all you got to do is just, hey, is Doc live right now? The answer is going to be, yeah,
So, yeah,
I am.
Head over to sword.zone for that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.